on here. Thank you all for sharing. And so here's a couple of suggestions. And as Hedrick was mentioning, speaking about it, and that goes with the last suggestion, correct those who use stigmatizing language. And this is happening a lot in different facets of living and in terms of our lives. For example, I have a good friend from high school who on his social media account had a picture up, something about his girl was acting, having a bipolar moment or something like that. And so that can be very offensive and very hurtful to an individual that has that actual disorder. Very dismissive, it delegitimizes what that is. And so I kindly connected with my friend and let my friend know that that I actually work with a lot of students who have that particular condition, and that what they wrote can be very hurtful and offensive. And I work with a lot of students that are in tears with seeing that kind of language. So having those conversations, calling out friends in a kind way as educators, if needed, to be able to help spread the word, because unfortunately those types of messages are around, and we do see those. Another strategy is to educate ourselves about mental health issues, support someone who needs help. Has anybody here heard of NAMI?
I have.
Yeah, wonderful. What's NAMI, if you wouldn't mind sharing with everyone?
It's the National Association of Mental. Yeah, I forgot what the I stood for, but I know it's for mental health. Like, it's an association. There you go.
Yes, I think it might be an association or alliance. I forget, but it's, yes, pretty much what you said. It's an association for individuals with mental illnesses, and it's an awesome organization. If you'd like to learn more about mental health, I highly recommend getting connected. They have a lot of education workshops, and they have a very holistic approach. I went to a conference, or it was a seminar. It was some type of educational event in the past, and it was awesome because there were 4 presenters. There was a person with a mental illness that was there presenting. There was a family member that was presenting. There was a therapist and somebody else. And so they take a very holistic approach in that a lot of times we may go to different conferences or presentations where the therapists or educators are presenting, but NAMI really has a great approach because they include everybody involved. So it's pretty awesome. Another strategy include administration and local politicians to prioritize mental health. So we definitely could do that on campus. And part of the reason why I am part of CAPS is because students advocated for more mental health services. So good job, students. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to dive into our next topic of imposter syndrome. And I have this awesome video that we're going to watch together. As we review the video, I really encourage you to think about how imposter syndrome has affected your life, and what are strategies you can utilize to combat imposter syndrome, either for yourself or for students that you work with. I'm going to write that in the chat right now. Sorry about typos. I can't really see this very well. Okay. Yeah, I misspelled syndrome. My apologies. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a new share for this right now. And we're going to watch this video together. And again, please think about those items that I mentioned. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like Alvin wrote, it's ironic because an educator, it's easier to support someone else who has it versus when we're faced with it. Right. That's exactly why I wrote this in this way. A lot of times it's easier for individuals, just people to externalize versus internalize. And so, but I think what's so awesome, if we think about how we can impact our students by sharing our own stories, by sharing our truths, it's very powerful. It's very impactful. So, and the more we do that, the more comfortable we can become in regards to sharing. So there's many different strategies. Looks like I wrote, personally from my experience, is separating my feelings